Hey everyone, in this lesson we are going to have some examples on the applications of the basic concepts that we discussed in this section of the course. So first we have application number one, which is called the cathode ray tube, or the abbreviation is CRT, which is this one, as you can see here. This cathode ray tube is used in all the TVs. Okay, so if you are from the old generation that had TVs like this one, or screens like this one, PC screens like this one, or a PC monitor to be more specific, you will find that this is a very big, large background, or the back of this monitor is very large because it is working on the principle of the cathode ray tube, which is this one. So it is an important application, or one of the important application of the motion of the electrons is found in both the transmission and the reception of TV signals. At the transmission end, a TV camera reduces a scene from an optical image to an electrical signal. So here we have the TV camera, which takes an optical image, then it converts the optical image into electrical signal that is sent to our homes, for example. At the receiving end at our home, the image is reconstructed by using a cathode ray tube, which is this one. So how does a cathode ray tube works? So first we have here an electrogun or electron gun. It is maintained at high potential, fires an electron beam. So here this one has a high potential, for example at 25 kilovolt, very high voltage, that fires an electron beams. You can see this electrons, you can see this, all of these electrons are fired by electron gun. It provides a large beam of electrons. Okay, now when these electrons move like this and hits a fluorescent screen, we will have a bright spot. So as you can see here, we have, when this electron beam hits the screen, we will have a dot like this. Then by doing this several times, we will have a dot here, another one here, another one here, like this. Then we can form any shape we would like. For example, a circle, for example. So when we look at the screen, we will have a circle like this, which is formed from large number of electrons when they hit a fluorescent screen. So when electrons hit a fluorescent screen, we will have a bright spot. Now, how can we control if it is here or here or here or here, in which point? By using a deflection plates. This deflection plates are horizontal deflection plates, which controls the horizontal motion, left and right, like this, here or here or here or here. And we have a vertical deflection plates, which controls up and down. Is it here, anywhere here, and anywhere here? So we can select any point on the screen as we would like. So here the beam passes through two sets of plates, which is the horizontal and vertical plates that are used for vertical and horizontal deflection. So that's a spot on the screen where the beam strikes can move right and left and up and down. Right and left using the horizontal deflection, and up and down using the vertical deflection. When the electron beam strikes the fluorescent screen, it gives off light at this spot. Okay, so by using this idea, we can draw any figure we would like. So the beam can be made to paint a picture on the TV screen like this one. Okay, now let's have a simple example on this one to understand how does an electron beam, or how can we deal with an electron beam. So we have an electron beam, which is a source of electrons. It is or the electron gun. It provides this electron using a certain voltage. By applying a very high voltage, we can accelerate these electrons and provide an electron beam. Okay, so as you can see, an electron beam in a TV picture tube carries a 10 to the power 15 electrons per second. So we have number of electrons is equal to 10 to the power 15 per second. Okay, as a design engineer, determine the voltage V node. We need to find the voltage required to accelerate the electron beam to achieve a power of 4 watt. So we need a power of 4 watt. So how can we do this? Simply you can, what is the relation between voltage and power? You know that the power is equal to voltage multiplied by current. So the voltage is equal to power, which is the 4 watt, divided by the current. Okay, so power divided by current. Here we have 4 watt, and we need to find the value of the current. So if you remember that current is equal to dq over dt, or delta q over delta t. So in 1 second, we will have how many charges? The number of charges is equal to number of electrons multiplied by the charge, the value of 1 electron, which is 1.602, and so on. And number of electrons is 10 to the power 15. From here we can get the current. So let's see this in more details. So the charge on an electron is E equal to negative 1.6 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 19 coulomb. This is the charge of 1 electron. Now we have how many electrons? 10 to the power 15. So the total Q provided by this electron beam is equal to E multiplied by number of electrons. And we know that the current is equal to dq over dt, and q is equal to Ne. Okay, so it will be in the end. You can see here the charge, one value, 1.6, and number of electrons. So we will have the current provided is negative 1.6 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 14. From the power, you know that power is equal to voltage multiplied by current. So voltage will be equal to power over current, which is 4 over 1.6 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 4. So we will need 25 kilovolt to achieve this function, okay, or to achieve the 4 watt power, okay, of the screen. 4 watt, the power of the screen itself, okay. Now another application is the electricity bills. Okay, so usually if you, for example, this is a sheet which representing the Excel sheet which representing the monthly consumption of a household appliances. So as you can see, we have a water heater, we have a freezer, lighting, dishwasher, electric iron, and so on. Each one of these devices consume a certain amount of energy, kilowatt hour, which we find in the electricity bill. So we have here kilowatt hour as we discussed before. So by adding all of this, we will have the total consumption of a household. Okay, so the cost of electricity depends on the amount of energy consumed in kilowatt hour. Okay, so we usually pay our bill depending on how many dollars or how many pounds for each 1 kilowatt hour. Okay, so here, for example, you will find that the kilowatt hour, in order to get how many kilowatt hour, we get the wattage of any device, okay, and multiply it by the number of hours, then divide by 1000. Okay, so as an example, if we have a device which consumes 100 watts, such as, for example, a light bulb, for example, this one is operating for 10 hours. 10 hours. So in this case, how many kilowatt hour is our consumption? So first, in order to we need to multiply watt by hours. to have watt hour. Okay, then to convert watt hour into kilowatt hour, divide by 1,000, like here. Okay, so this is a general formula to get how many kilowatt hour consumed by any electrical device. So as an example, if a bulb of 100 watt operating for 1 hour, it means it consumes 100 watt hour as an energy, or 0.1 kilowatt hour. So now let's have an example on an electricity bill. So a homeowner consumes 700 kilowatt hour in January. Determine the electricity bill for the month using the following residential rate schedule. So we have a base monthly charge of $12, and we have the first 100 kilowatt hour per month at a 16 cent, next to 100 at a 10 cent, and over 300 kilowatt hour at 6 cents. Okay, so what we need to find the electricity bill. How can we do this? First, our bill is equal to the price or the consumption of each one multiplied by the equivalent price. So at the beginning we have the base monthly charge, we have a $12. Okay, this is the first one. Now we have our consumption as 700 kilowatt hour. So the first 100 kilowatt will be charged at 16 cents. So we will have plus 100 multiplied by 16 cents, which is $0.16. Okay. So first we have 17 minus 100. So 17, this is the total consumption. We will take from it the first 100, as you can see here. So the remaining will be 600. Okay. So the first 100 we charged it at $0.16. Then the next 200 kilowatt at 10 cents. So next 200, so we'll say plus 200 kilowatt at 10 cents, which is 0.1. So we will subtract from 600 to 100. So minus 600, we will have the remaining 400. So the total 700. First 100, 0.16. Second 200, 0.1. So the total here, it's 300 kilowatt hour. Subtracting it from 700, we will have 400 kilowatt hours. Okay. Now, if we have more than 300 kilowatt hour, after this one, anything greater than 300 kilowatt hour will be charged at 6 cents per kilowatt hour. So we'll say plus. So we have a 400, which is the remaining value. So it will be 400 multiplied by 6 cents, which is 0.06. Okay, so the summation of all of this will give us the electricity bill. So as you can see here, first one, 0.16 multiplied by 100, which is $16. Next 200 multiplied by 0.1, which is $20. Then we have a 400 multiplied by 0.06, which will give us $24. Here, okay. Then the summation of all of this will give us the total electricity bill of 72. So here you will find first 100, then next 200. So this total is 300. Okay. So if your electricity bill is below 300, we are going to use these formulas. If you are beyond the 300, then you will start getting charged the any kilowatt hour remaining greater than 300 will be charged at 6 cents, as we did here. Okay. So let's say, for example, so this is the solution of this example. Let's say, for example, we would like to know the average cost for each 1 kilowatt hour, the average. So we have the total energy consumed and the total money spent. So if I would like to know the average value, it will be like this. The average cost will be the total money, $72, divided by 700, which is the total kilowatt. Okay, this will give us that the average cost of each kilowatt hour is 10.2 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, let me see. 10.2 cents. Yeah, I think so. Because we have 72 divided by 700. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, almost 0.102, I think, dollars. So it will be 10 cents. Okay, exactly. Right. Okay. So this will give us the average cost for our electricity bill. Okay, so I hope this examples helps you understand more about the basic concept of electric circuits.